What's good, big timers? It's RDL here, and today I'm gonna be talking about this movie called Foxy Brown. And before this video starts, if you are new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notifications for more videos like this. And let's get into it. So starting off, we see a small-time hustler named Link who is on the run from the mob because he owes them $20K. He calls his older sister Foxy Brown for help. Just when the mob were about to beat up Link for the money that he owed, Foxy Brown showed up just in time to help him escape. She lets Link stay at her house until the heat dies down. On the next day, Foxy Brown goes to visit her boyfriend named Dalton Ford, who is an undercover government agent who just recently faked his death and went under facial plastic surgery to make himself look unrecognizable. He's also under his new fake name, Michael Anderson. She returns home and Link notices that her so-called new friend Michael looks oddly familiar, but he doesn't think too much of it and goes for a walk. Later on, Link finally puts 2 plus 2 together and realizes that Foxy's new friend Michael Anderson is actually Dalton Ford under a disguise. After he figured this out, Link calls the mob that he owed money to and snitches to them that Dalton Ford is still alive. Foxy Brown returns home and realizes that Link figured out that Dalton Ford is still alive and snitched to the mob. Just before she could warn him, he ended up getting shot and killed at the doorstep. Foxy Brown tracked down Link at his girlfriend's apartment and interrogated him for info about who he works for. Link tells Foxy Brown that he works for a woman named Catherine Wall. She's a fixer and runs a prostitution ring that is disguised as a modeling agency that serves only the rich and political people. After getting this info, Foxy Brown tells Link to get out of town for his own safety. A little bit after, Foxy Brown goes undercover as a prostitute named Missy Cotton and meets Catherine Wall. She manages to pass her interview with Catherine, and on the first day on her job, she gets partnered up with another black woman named Claudia. Okay, call me slow or colorblind, but I didn't know that Claudia was a black woman until I seen this movie a couple more times and did some research. The whole time I thought she was a white woman. But anyways, Foxy Brown and Claudia meet with a corrupt judge to do their business, and they play practical joke on him. They enjoyed the prank at first, but Claudia soon realized that she's going to get into huge trouble with the mob and get sold into sex slavery. Foxy Brown helps Claudia escape, but she ends up getting captured and sent to a farm where she gets drugged with heroin and sexually assaulted. Foxy Brown manages to grab a razor blade with her mouth and free herself. She lights the farm on fire while killing her captors and escapes. Later on, Link gets a visit from the mob and they try to interrogate him to find out where Foxy Brown is, but Catherine Wall's right-hand man and boyfriend Steve gets too trigger happy and shoots Link in his shoulder. Steve kills Link by shooting him for the second time, and they also kill Link's girlfriend by cutting her throat. Foxy Brown finds out about this from the Black Panthers. She teams up with the Black Panthers to seek revenge on Catherine Wall and Steve for not only the murder of her boyfriend, but also the murder of her brother Link. With the help of the Black Panthers, she steals a plane and kills Catherine's henchmen. Steve tries to escape, but he ends up getting captured and castrated. Foxy Brown goes to Catherine Wall's house and brings her a so-called special present from her boyfriend Steve. Catherine looks at the present and realizes that it's her boyfriend's sausage. Foxy Brown pulls out a gun from her afro and kills two of her henchmen. Catherine tries to use a knife against her, but she ends up getting shot in her arm. Catherine begs Foxy Brown to kill her, but she refuses because she wants her to suffer like she did. Foxy Brown leaves the house, and that's the end of the movie, and here are my final thoughts. I think this movie is pretty decent, and it's also Pam Grier's most famous role to this day. When it first came out, it was heavily criticized for the violence, drug abuse, and portrayal on Black womanhood. This movie was also banned from the UK because of its content. The character Foxy Brown is considered a female hero, but to me, she seems more like an anti-hero because although she does do the right thing, her execution of doing so isn't really the actions of a hero. The storyline of this movie is very similar to Pam Grier's previous movie, Coffee, and the reason why the storyline feels similar is because this movie, Foxy Brown, was actually supposed to be a sequel to Coffee, but that idea ended up getting scrapped. It makes sense if you think about it because as I've said in my last video, both Coffee and Foxy Brown are practically the same character but under different names. They both seek revenge on those who hurt the people that are close to her. They both believe the justice system is corrupt, and they're both vigilantes. Despite the criticism, the movie was praised for redefining African American beauty standards, sexuality, and womanhood. It also encouraged women to stand up for themselves and for what they. It also encouraged women that they don't have to be masculine in order to be powerful. It also made $2.46 million at the box office, which by today's standards, that's around $13 million. This movie was made on a $500,000 budget, and it only took 2 weeks and a half to make. This movie is also very influential to this day, and it inspired a lot of movies. The two examples of Foxy Brown's influence are the movies Jackie Brown and Austin Powers in Goldmember. Quentin Tarantino himself has mentioned that Foxy Brown was one of his favorite movies, which kind of makes sense why he paid homage in the movie Jackie Brown. This movie might also be the one I talk about in my next video, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notifications so you don't miss out on more videos. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in.
Bust down, new flash, touchdown in a brand new jag. Every day there's a brand new chain, understand what they mean.